My client requests the star experience. Step 1, the measurements. Step 2, cutting the pattern out of the fabric. Step 3, the fitting. Final step is the look when it all comes together. The most important step, the happy client. Visit www.christianstar.com today.
Y'all come on in, baby. Come on in. I wait for everybody to come on in. Come on in. Y'all keep on coming in. Keep on coming in. Come in. Y'all know when I go live. Y'all know I'm going to go live. Keep on coming in. Keep coming in. Keep on coming in. Keep on coming in. Come on in. That's right. Keep on coming in. Y'all keep on coming in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
There's no budget here at the Boom Boom Room. See, we have no glam squad here. There's no hairstylist, no nail technician, no makeup artist, just you. This is a do-it-yourself type of gig over here, sweetie. So guess what? This will separate the little girl from the
Come on in, baby.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday night for Our Point of View. We are back. Let me get my screen right, child. Let me see. All right, there we go, child. How y'all doing out there, child? We had to take off last week because
It was a lot going on.
It was a lot going on last week. Hey, Coco. And now I'm telling why we took off last week. But hey, girl.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
I feel fine.
Good. Your eyebrows look good, girl.
Thank you. And I was even, you sound real natural.
Yeah, very natural. You ain't got no shimmers on or nothing.
No context or nothing.
No. Ooh, but you got them big ass lashes on. You gonna have them big ass lashes on.
I'm still a city girl now.
Yes, man. I tell you, the girls down in Houston have more hair on their lashes than they have on their head sometimes, child. It be crazy. But anyway, child. Last week we had some issues. Well, I did, because y'all know I work on Monday nights at JR's before where the boys are. And I be want to go live so that people can see what we got going on Monday night. And I did say Wednesday. I'm so used to being Wednesday. It's Tuesday. But shit, yeah. But welcome. Thank you for Thea. But anyway, child, the man with the big old meat keeps getting me blocked. And he got me blocked last week for 24 hours, and I made it out in time to do the show. Mm-hmm. Then this time it was for 2 days. And so and every time he go down in there like this and flip it out like that, they want to block me, child. And I'll be like, Miss, dang. Mm-hmm. So that's why we couldn't go live last week, because I was blocked. And so I won't go live during the show anymore. But I hope you guys have your cocktails. Y'all ready? She made me a big one today. I'm drinking some type of tequila something. Yeah. Yeah, so.
It's called a boom boom. A boom boom Tuesday.
Ooh, called for the boom Tuesday. Okay. So, yeah. I hope y'all got your cocktails. We got some special guests in here tonight. Mm-hmm. First of all, I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota at Roxy's Cabaret with Nina D'Angelo and the cast over there. And it was a really, really, really fun time, and I love the building. If you're ever in Minneapolis, please stop by Roxy's Cabaret. They have a 24-hour restaurant that's over there to the left, and it's called the Nicolette Cafe. I think that is the showroom. It's really beautiful. Got an LED screen and all that jazz. And it was me, Bibi Zahar Benet, and Monica West. The food was absolutely amazing. When they say wings, they gave you wings. They was fried. They were seasoned. All of them deviled eggs was over. So, so it's a good time there. So if you're ever in Minneapolis, Minnesota, please stop by Roxy's and see the show there. And that's on the patio part. It's a rotating red pump on the top of the building that rotates. It's
that is sickening.
Yeah, child. It's really sickening. I love it there. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so shout out to them, and I had a really, really good time. Thank you, Nina, for the hospitality. Thank you to your roommates for smoking me out. Jesus, I love it.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Child, yeah.
Right.
They know how to treat the queen.
It's illegal.
No, but you would think that it was a dispensary the way they had shelled out their stuff for me, honey. I was like,
right.
Oh, girl. Yeah, I better listen. It was everything. Hey, Tiffany. So, yeah, that's what I did in Minneapolis. So shout out to them. And tomorrow, the reason why we're having it today is because I will be at the Janet concert tomorrow. Yeah, so I will be at the Janet concert tomorrow. That's why I'm not airing tomorrow. But y'all gonna have to please understand. Y'all know the seriousness of it. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it was. I was trying to find. I was supposed to put a picture in there. No, not that one. But I was supposed to put. But I want to give a shout out to my sister Flawless Oz. She made me some wonderful T-shirts to wear to the concert, so I get to choose which one I'm gonna actually wear. But I love the T-shirt, so thank you so much. But I will be in yes, ma'am, tomorrow. So get ready to hey, Liz, Jay. So yeah, I'm on my Instagram live too, so I tell the people about cross promote. You know what I'm saying? Also, this weekend I'll be still in Orlando celebrating Nima's birthday. I will be at with my sister Angelica and the Glamazon on Friday night, and also for Nima's birthday on Saturday at Irish Shannon. So if you're in Orlando, I hope to see you guys there and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was waiting on that because I'm ready to move on. Yeah, so I'll be there for Platinum Fridays and Nima's birthday on Saturday night. And also, I am hosting the strip off at Houston Splash. Houston Splash kickoff is Thursday, the May 4th. I think is there a picture for that? You didn't even see how you do. I know it. But it's in the advertising video though. Okay. But I will be hosting that, so you can also check my page for that. If you want to subscribe to please subscribe to Shabelle Pro 75 on YouTube. And if you want to advertise here at Our Point of View, hit me up in my inbox and let me know. Just let me bring in our panel. You know what I'm saying? We got some special guests in here tonight. And so we're gonna get this ball rolling, and we're gonna get our Jish. And I want y'all to click like, click share. I want Dominique to come sit her ass down because she is the only one that's that's here tonight. Before I bring in these guests, so I can talk to her. But I'm gonna sit up here and wait for Dominique to come and sit her ass down. I don't know where she went. Hey, Carol Dion. Hey, Victoria got it. Hey, Kelvin. Hey, Vanessa. Oh, hey, girl, Vanessa. What's the tea, sister? Vanessa also has a podcast that she does too. I've seen her airing that, and so y'all check her out. Hey, Tiana McIntosh and Wendy. Wendy, I'm coming to your part of the town, neck of the woods, from what I'm hearing. So I hope I get to see you, sis. My granddaddy, Monty, is in here. Tiffany, call me, girl, about the elections. Don't call me tomorrow. Call me on Thursday because I will be doing my judge on tomorrow. It's time. Okay. Right now, I'm going to welcome in to our panel. Let's welcome in. She's been here before. Let's welcome in Nikki Diamond Simone.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, girl.
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome back to Our Point of View.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be back.
Yes, ma'am. We're always glad to have you back. You know, you get down and get real. You know, you tell it like it really is. And that's all I like.
We got some things to talk about tonight.
Yes, that's why you're here. We're gonna get down to it tonight. Cause y'all gonna have to hey Charles, y'all gonna have to tell me some things I wasn't there, some things I don't know. Okay. And there she go, girl. Finally she came back. Lord Jesus. Let's welcome in our regular host right here at Our Point of View. This is Dominique Sanchez.
Hello. Hi. You on mute? Oh, I'm not on mute. Okay. Hey, how everybody doing?
Hey, Dominique.
Hey, Diamond.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Dominique, what's going on?
Nothing but work.
Working.
Parenting, trying to give up some coochie, but I can't do that. So.
What was yours? Let's welcome in our other special guest. I'm glad to have him on the show because we're going to be working on some future projects together. So please welcome in Neandre Bonet. Oh, he's not even here.
Come here. Come here.
Oh, there you go. Come here.
What's going on?
Oh, child, we're just living our life and what? Getting out just, child, on this good old Tuesday night. We're here early. You know, we like to talk about things, and we like to be real and give our point of view. We don't sugarcoat nothing here. We get in our feelings and we move on. And so we're gonna have us a good time tonight. I want y'all to click my share. And hey, and let's do our things. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, I'm so glad you're here. I was telling them that we're gonna be working on some stuff that's gonna come probably this summer with you also and some other guys that we're gonna be working here on Our Point of View. And I can't wait for that. I'm really excited about that project. And I worked with Neandre and Mr. America. He's the what are you at?
I'm the pageant director.
Pageant director. And baby, if I tell you, he moves it. Okay. He moves it. It was really nice. Everything was very professional, honey. I got there at 7 a.m. He was downstairs waiting on me. They had a little drop-off room waiting on me until our room got ready. It was very professional. I loved it. I could have just stayed there. I wasn't there that long.
Off to the next booking.
Off to the next booking, bitch. I wasn't even there 24 hours. Do you hear me? I was out of there. Nikki, how you been?
I've been good. I've been getting better, you know. I'm starting to walk a little bit better, so I'm happy. I'm getting better.
How's lips?
Take it one more. They can take it a day at a time, honey. Try and get some of this weight off me.
Girl,
So
how's lips?
Lips is booming, honey. We've added another show on our Saturday brunch, which has been sold out every Saturday since it started. They're going to add another show coming in on Tuesdays. So we're in demand,
Girl,
and
y'all making a corn over there.
I'm very grateful.
I know you. Neandra, what's going on in your career and stuff? I know you you work for airline and stuff, but you with your pageant and stuff, you just won a pageant. So what's going on with you?
So Delta is Delta, and we're booming. I very rarely get a chance to fly. I actually flew this weekend. I actually came to Houston. I was there less than 12 hours and came right back. And I was back in the classroom the next morning. But I'm teaching pilots, teaching flight attendants, and just working. Pageantry wise, I won stuff, require a whole bunch of stuff. So all I got to that was strategic because I can't be around here killing myself to compete with nobody for no walks and all this kind of stuff. I was competing when I did the pageant. I'm not competing.
Hello, somebody.
I'm not doing all that kind of carrying on. And
baby, I keep telling them that ain't what it is for us. We don't
Go ahead, baby. I'm good.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. Congratulations, you won.
And I'm so proud of them. You know, hey, y'all have fun at that. You know, because we like Gladys. I've been in this a long time.
And even I didn't know where the business was going.
I'm glad I ended where I'm at though with it.
That's not one trend I want to pick up and keep going. So no, we just go. And even Al said, "Oh no, Chevelle, we gonna let them have that." I said, "Child, I didn't got to worry about it with you." So
Exactly. And so you look like I don't even think that people. I don't even like doing national walks. I just think it's to me it just if you're doing your job as a title holder, people should know who you are. I definitely don't think you should be doing national walks if you are booked to perform at the system. Girl, you just were out here that you gonna come right around and come back and do a number. Okay, girl, we get it. You are Mr. or Miss whatever. So I'm not doing all that. And I think that my outlook on pageantry is probably going to keep me from doing a lot of stuff. I'm not because I know what I am and I'm not going to do. So I'm not going to sign up for y'all asking me to do one thing and I know I'm not doing.
For ones that do those certain type of things, you know. Yeah. I am excited though that one thing about the walks I'm excited about this year because I've never been one excited about no walks. When I was a national title holder, I only did a couple. And it was only because I was probably coming to the pageant or something like that. But I'm excited I get to come back to Duval this year. So we're coming to Duval this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Really excited about that. And we get to go to North America. That's another pageant that I want to come and see. So I'm getting to go places that I would not normally go to because I would be at work somewhere making me a coin. My slogan's always been, I'd rather go make a coin than watch a bitch win something. Okay, so no, I'm not gonna.
And mine is if there ain't no booking for me, then don't be looking for me.
Then don't be looking for me. Okay, but you know, I try to support and you know my friends and stuff in other ways. But you know, this is what I do for a living. I gotta go to work, and yeah. But child, I ain't with all of that. But it's time for hot topics, y'all. We're gonna run right into these hot topics right quick and see what we got. We got some catching up to do and all that kind of stuff. I've scrolled by I don't even know why this had even happened. But the Dalai Lama was caught fucking trying to make a little boy suck his tongue.
Oh.
Something.
Oh my God. Lord,
I just was not clear, like why this was even happening. Like, what made this old man stick his tongue?
He a pervert.
So what they supposed to do about that?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't get it, and that's the Dalai Lama, y'all.
Ban children from going near priests.
And y'all sitting up here talking about drag and stuff like that, but you got the Dalai Lama sticking his tongue.
The Dalai Lama.
So is it a real story? Because somebody's saying it was a joke. Is it a real story?
They said that it was.
You say he not a pervert. Well, what else is it?
Yeah.
That you would ask a child to suck your tongue?
Oh, let me see something because. Yeah, it was because they said I seen something about
Because that looked perverted.
Something about I was supposed to put in there, but y'all know I just put the show together tonight. About an apology or something that he had issued. And I hate this iPad. She runs so slow. Oh, that's some children fucking in the club. Mm-hmm. Y'all know somebody sent me a video of some people literally in the club, like having sex.
They couldn't wait.
That go on a lot here.
It was two boys from the porn just, and then I don't know who the other one was.
Oh, they was making content.
No, girl, in the club.
Yeah, they still on their fans.
Yeah, they be trying to do like what they gotta find the next. Everybody got to get to the next level.
Yeah, like, they trying to get to the next level. You know. Yeah. They're gonna post all on Twitter.
I'm sure y'all saw the video where the boys got caught in the hallway in the stairwell.
Yeah, you know.
What? Diamond, have you ever done anything sexual in a club?
Who you asked?
Well, I have.
Diamond first, and then I'm gonna ask Nebo.
Yes.
I know Nebo probably did, because Nebo not that type of guy.
In my younger, I mean, that's been going on forever. Good thing about 20-something years ago, they wasn't recording nothing. We had to record with.
It wasn't in the middle of the dance floor. It was in the dressing room with the door locked.
Yes.
it wasn't in the I haven't done it. I ain't gonna lie.
My own personal dressing room.
Oh, wait. Let me go back. See, this iPad is like too slow. I can't find the Dollarama stuff. But let me go back. Yeah, I have been, because when I was young, I went to Lafitte in Rawhide in New Orleans, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into until I walked in. And when I walked in there, it was like, oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They went to touching and feeling and everything on the dance floor, and they was doing all type of stuff. I wish I could go back sometime. I wish I could pull a girlfriend of mine and put my hoodie on and my towel and my sweatpants and stuff and go on through.
Do you think the Parliament House will count, Chevelle?
Do I think the Parliament House will count?
You think that count?
That's a hotel.
Oh, okay.
That's a hotel.
The Parliament House.
Unless she was in the club in the dance floor.
The dance floor is attached to the hotel.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, it's a hotel, child. Because baby, that Parliament House,
a resort.
I done some things over there that wasn't even attached to the hotel. It was on the beach for it.
Yes, I'm about to say, because I didn't wear that place out.
But that was attached to the hotel.
I was definitely afraid of that place.
That's attached to the hotel, honey. We had a club that had an orgy room. What?
Yes.
Yeah, that rawhide wasn't no joke, honey. That rawhide, baby. Let me tell you something. And then Lafitte, and which one is the one upstairs when you go around the pool table? Is that rawhide or Lafitte? One of them is upstairs and they around the pool table, child. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
Oh, Chevelle. Oh, what about the connection in Kentucky? They had that room in there.
I didn't know that, but I heard about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it was a room in there.
No, it was a club was it Memphis? When I was a child. Let me tell y'all a little story. My first drag mother, I can tell her next she passed away. She was running from the law. So she was going on her riding spree. Get her money together when she turned herself in. So I went with her to Memphis. And she took me to this club. This was like one of the first times I meet out of town going to a gay club. She took me to this club called the Apartment Club in Memphis. And if I tell you, I walked in there, y'all had porn on TV screens. Y'all was doing all kind of stuff in there. And I was like, I was really floored. Y'all was in there doing the hand. I was like, wait, is this a club?
They said apartment.
Child, that was my first time ever going to like bookstore. She took me to the bookstore. And every time I experienced a lot there, I was probably a child. I think I was like 16 years old. But, and my mama let me go with her.
What? What?
Yeah. She took care of me. That was my drag mama. She wouldn't let me do nothing that she wasn't doing.
Lord.
Oh Lord. So speaking of cities and stuff like that, y'all are in Atlanta, and it was a coach that was riding through Atlanta making a racial slur video, and I had to chop it up a little bit, but this is the video, and it is very, very, very disturbing. And I really didn't find out what school he coached for, and but this is the video.
Legislature, downtown Atlanta row. Coming up here, Andrew's got a conference with the legislature, coming up, real estate thing and all, and downtown Atlanta, staying here at the Omni Hotel. Everybody CNN. Ain't seen a white person in sight. Homeless ones on the street. Every restaurant looking in here is black. Every car beside them is black. They can have Atlanta. It used to be a fun place to come to up here. They can have this place right here and stuff. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Just need to. There's your. Yeah. Well, it was just a sign up there. It had Obama and all them on there and stuff, man. So, yeah, that's all that's up here. That's all that's up here, man. And stuff is just crap. Yeah. Yeah. You and Borf need to come up here and go hunting. Yeah. And stuff, man. Ain't nothing here, dog. Ain't nothing but blacks up here. That's all it is. Atlanta's done gone down, man. Just gone. Bro, look at this nigga trying to pull out in front of me right here. Look at this nigga trying to pull out in front of me right here. Hey, did you see that tree right there? Yeah. Did you see that tree right there? Roe will hang you from that tree. Yeah. Roe, look what you got me. Look what you got me.
Come to find out he's a coach for the Georgia Bulldogs. So you live in Atlanta. So how long you been there? He has a worldwide organization that trains potential NFL players. He has relationships with major university teams. He is a horrible person. Yeah, clearly he's a horrible person and should be fired.
He has been fired. Well, I don't know necessarily about fired, but because he wasn't really working for them. He basically just came into Georgia and he would rent space to train those athletes at the school. And it was actually a Christian school that he rented the space in. And they basically just distanced themselves and said we have no reason for racism and just terminated the relationship. But to me, I just feel like it's just another sweep it under the rug type thing. Nobody's really there's really not gonna be any really repercussions for what he said. I mean, you listen to the video, he talks about hanging people, openly using the word nigger, he's calling other people's names out. I don't know if y'all pay attention. Yeah. He's calling other people that he works with. I don't know what these people's names are or who they are, but other people he works with in this industry, he calls their names out and saying that they would have hung them. Then about how they hire strippers and how he's had strippers come who were African American and they put them out and they use them. They didn't want to use them anymore, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just like, child, this is why I addressed the racism with the system the way I did, because y'all try to pretend like racism is not alive. It's still very much alive and kicking. Mm-hmm. It's still a real thing.
Dominique, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, But my question would be, because you know, like how things like this happen, and then you have people that are our color, they'll still work with the person anyway, because they're trying to get somewhere, and so they'll be like, oh, they'll create some excuse, and so it just has to come to a place to where we have to we have to stand together and say no. And I mean, and there's other people that you can go to, but I promise you, there's going to be some people, some Black athletes that are still going to hire this guy because he's had success with training these athletes.
Absolutely.
Nikki,
I'm not surprised by it. It's showing his face every day. What I'm surprised at is that he was dumb enough to post it.
That doesn't surprise me either.
You would think somebody in his position,
and with your profession and what you do, that's the dumbest thing you could have possibly did. But that also shows he felt his privilege. And
exactly, it's a display of when they're bold like that. It's a display of their they feel, and they really are convinced that they are untouchable.
Yeah, that they're untouchable. Yes.
But I think even the bigger picture is that they've been given permission to do this now. With Donald Trump coming in, people are able to live out loud like they were never able to live out loud before. And so now that they are empowered, they're not about to hide it anymore. That's why we shouldn't be surprised. This is not going to change anytime soon. And as long as we don't, because I mean, it's us that are the brunt of this type of stuff. And until we decide we're not going to tolerate it like the generations before us, they are going to continue to do it. But here's the thing. A lot of us are not built from the same fabric that our uncles and aunties and all of that were made on. And if they think that it's going to stop them from securing a bag, or they think, or I don't want to, nothing to happen to me, because, they were so brave that they risked their lives for what they were fighting for. A lot of us aren't made from that same fabric anymore. So, and as long as they see that, they're going to keep doing what they're doing, and it's only going to get worse. And it's only a matter of time before we start. I mean, and I hate to say this, but I think it's just a matter of time before we start waking up seeing people hung from trees again.
That's already happening.
Right.
It's already happening. I mean, that is happening right now as we speak. There are people there have been people that have been lynchings. That you have to find these on underground news networks. It's not making it to CNN.
It's not making it to CNN.
But it is
right.
And that's the sad part about it, that it's not making it to the news.
But never mind. I'll leave that for later. I'll wait until you get to it. But it happens in our community as well, in a sense.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. And speaking of racism, a young man, alleged racism, I'll say that. A young man went to pick up his siblings at a house, and he went to the wrong house. And it was 115th Street. He was supposed to go to 115th place, or vice versa. And he knocked on the door, and that was an 80-year-old man's house, and he shot the young man point blank in the head. And then he shot him again, but the young man was able to get up and run to 3 different places to try to get help, and people would not even help him. And I think the last house that he went to, they even made him get down on the ground and put his hands up. And that's right there is another sad thing, that you wouldn't even help him. You see, this young man been shot, and he's strong. He's been released from the hospital in stable condition. The president has called and talked to him. That's the man that shot him. They're trying to say that it's not race related, but shoot, what else could it be? You saw a black man at your door and you shot without question. And like they said, it could have been the FedEx man, the
Amazon, anybody.
It could have been anybody. But you shot first, and ask questions later. And it ain't to stand the ground. It definitely ain't that. And they trying to say he could probably use something else. No.
Right.
No. Dominique, what you got to say about that?
I mean, the thing about it is that, okay, so let's just pretend like he tries to say he was scared. Okay, well, usually when you're scared, you just don't open up the door. You look out the window and see who out there. Or you take a peek and see what's going on and then close the door back. You know, but it just relates back to what we're saying earlier, that what is this nigga doing at my damn door? I'm finna show him. That's just my opinion, and I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like, because who just opens up the door? There's a stranger at the door, and you just start shooting. And then look at him. He looks like he's 11 or 12 years old.
My question is, you came to the door with the gun, or you went and got the gun and opened the door?
Oh, somebody said he never opened the door.
Yeah, he never opened the door, but they shot him twice, though. He shot him twice.
Through the door?
See, I don't know about the second shot, but he shot him twice. That's what
he said he shot first.
Yeah, he definitely shot.
What you think?
He never no fucking door.
I just feel like, I don't know. It's hard. I want to make the charitable assumption, and I want to believe that this man didn't knowingly just shoot this man with intention just because he was black. Unfortunately, the environment we live in tells me that it is highly likely that is exactly what happened. And then when you look at, I don't know if y'all heard about this same scenario happened with the 20-year-old woman, Kaylin. She wasn't even at the house. She was coming up a driveway. Another white man, she's a white young lady, and another white man shot her as well. So she was shot, and she died. So this happened again, and so I don't know necessarily if it's more so about the intent, because the intent, if the intention is to kill people because of their race, that's one thing. You're just a racist. But the bigger issue to me is for those people who choose to arm themselves in their homes. How are y'all responding to when people come to your home? Did you buy the gun just to shoot whoever comes up? Because bitch, are you gonna see who it is or check to see, or you start shooting anytime somebody comes towards your house? Because if that's the case, don't invite me to fuck over.
Right.
Are y'all just shooting anybody that comes to your house? Is that what we do?
Right. And then the thing about it is that, okay, so let's just say he did shoot him through the door.
He shot him through the door. He shot him through the door, and then he shot him again when he opened the door.
So you could have just kept your door closed and not even opened the damn door.
My thing is, it was the second shot.
It says it's been reported on the news that he shot through the glass door without asking any questions. And at that point, if I'm a juror, you are now being criminally charged because you didn't ask any questions. We got to hold them the same type of accountability that we would have for a policeman. That we want to defund the police. We want to defund the police for shooting without asking questions. So we definitely not gonna let y'all do it.
So can't.
And then the second shot, to me, that is the intent to kill.
That's the intent to kill. Yes.
Yeah. Because it's already down.
So you knew what you was doing. You can't play crazy. You know, you definitely can't do that. Or insane or whatever they want to say it is. We talked about last week on the show about checking on your friends and listening to your friends when there's a cry for help. This young man had posted that he felt some type of way or he needed some help, and so the people in the comments were saying, "Man, just relax and smoke a blunt." What's the post?
Wow,
I don't see it. It came up on mine.
I see it.
There you go. A gay man makes a post talking about unaliving himself. The gays in the comments say, "Go smoke a blunt and take a nap. Go have a shot of liquor." Now the man is taking a long nap. And so then the comments under that was when he told them that the guy had like killed himself. So we talked about it. Talked about it last week when people when you see signs of people saying certain things on Facebook, because some people do like put every thought on Facebook. Even when I've heard a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to some people and that a friend of theirs had called them and she said that she couldn't talk at the time, so she had told him, "I'm gonna call you back," and she hated that she had did that because after that her friend killed himself. So but he didn't leave any signs of saying anything that I really need to talk to you or something like that. So that didn't happen with her. But you gotta be watched when people say certain things on Facebook. And even when I do see it, I even go in their inbox and ask them, are they okay? Even if I don't know them, are you okay? Do you need somebody to talk to? I do that, because we're friends on Facebook, and if I'm seeing yourself, you're my friend on Facebook, so I'm gonna ask, and I really hated that, and it was sad that I saw that. So what you think about that, Neandre?
So I think that a lot of people take this lightly. They take, suicide and people saying things lightly because we have so many people, especially on social media, that post things just for clickbait. They want engagement. They want people to like their posts. They want people to say something just to get a rise out of people. And while I believe that there are a lot of people will do that, and that's going to continue to happen because people want attention for whatever reason, we have to treat suicide like we treat bomb threats. 90% of bomb threats made on a building are not real. But bitch, that's not going to stop us from evacuating that fucking building, because if it is real, we're going to get our ass up out of there. So we have to teach suicide the same way and address it. When you see somebody saying something like that, you go ahead and engage them and try to figure out what's going on to see if they are serious about this. Do they need assistance or whatever it is it may be? But just ignoring it is unacceptable, because what if that's the one that's actually going to do it, like this young man was? So the guy said on the post that people were saying, "Child, go smoke a blunt and take a nap, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." What kind of fucking response is that to someone who's saying that they're going to kill themselves or they don't want to live anymore? Whether or not you believe it's real or not is irrelevant. The chance that it could be real is more important than ignoring it or sweeping it under the rug.
Yeah, and it's also, I think that we just lack so much compassion for people anymore. And then I think that we have become so detached from, human contact, as far as, like everything we do is done virtually or digitally. We don't really even talk to people anymore. We don't talk on phones to people anymore. We text people. And so I think that people have just become so, just not compassionate to what people are going through. And they want to make everything funny. They want to joke about everything. So it's really sad, but it's really serious, because just look at how many young people, death is knocking on the doors of so many young people these days. And and I think the more advanced we become, the more depressed people become. And it's just really becoming a major issue.
Nikki?
I think a lot of people don't pay attention to signs until it's too late. Even when you see some post on social media, you'll just glance at it and scroll past it without really reading and seeing the hurt that somebody has posted. I experienced something a few days ago with one of my grandchildren that had posted something about he was tired of how his life was going and he was ready to end it. And I immediately, as soon as he posted, it was like 2 minutes, and I immediately screenshotted it and sent it to Giselle, because I knew she would be able to handle that immediately. And I also sent him a message saying, "Hey, you can call me, what's going on?" And hopefully that he's he's okay. Now I'm sure she handled it. But I think that we just need to pay more attention to people.
And we just have to break the stigma in our community that just because somebody is seeking help or they're going to counseling that they always want to say, oh, they crazy, and I think that a lot of people are scared to even talk about when they're in these vulnerable places because they don't want to become the unpopular person or the person that nobody wants to hang out around, because then you get labeled as crazy. And I mean, but reality is, which of us are truly sane?
Well, see, I think that's also is cultural, especially in the African American community. I can't speak for any other culture, but in our culture, in the church, it's counseling is a two-sided coin. So when you're in the Black church, when you're praising God, it's God, you are my confidant. You are who I speak to when I'm lonely. When nobody else is there, God is there for me. You are a wonderful counselor. But also in the church, if there is something going on with your mental health illness, if your mental health is not right, you have an illness, it's frowned upon for you to go seek counseling. You can't go to a trained professional because you're in the church. So you're expected to pray your way through it, or talk to your pastor, or talk to the deacon board, or talk to the mother of the church. These people are not trained in mental health wellness. They can't help you through that. So it's just really weird that the same people who call God a wonderful counselor don't believe in counseling. And like you said, it's looked at as, oh, you're crazy. We all are. We all really are.
I truly believe that, Andre. You're right.
Crazy.
I don't think any of us are really, because what does sane look like? Who's to say who's really sane? We all have stuff about us that's different. I mean, and I think we were created that way on purpose. So what do we really mean when we use that word? You're insane.
And yeah, because that's subjective as well. And then when you look at we're struggling now, and just because of COVID, even in a company as huge as Delta Airlines with 90,000 employees, COVID is what opened the doors for us to be able to have this mental health wellness and well-being package that we have now. But before that, corporations weren't even looking at mental health as something that needed to be covered. You had to go and pay your own cash money to see a counselor or talk to someone, et cetera, et cetera. So now they're just not opening the doors, and people are realizing. But it's so funny also that they think that that's not supposed to be funded for your mental health. But then as soon as we have a mass shooting, it's not gun control, it's mental health illness. So it's so weird how people pick and choose what they want to apply and when.
But but it's just like my grandmother used to say to us. She said, people want you to look good and heal from the outside when your inner man is dying.
But you got to listen to your friends and pay attention to them. And sometimes the signs are there, but you ignore them.
We put a lot of things under the rug until it's too late.
I saw also on the news that the U.S. officials will not pursue criminal charges with the Shanquella Robinson case because they were saying that there wasn't enough evidence to pursue it. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, I know I feel some type of way about that. I think they're closing the case too quick.
Because
are they just not
they are showing us again that Black lives don't matter.
Exactly.
If it wasn't Shanquella, if it was shot, if it was something if it was a white young lady, I guarantee you they would still be pressing this issue.
Natalie Holloway.
I was just going to say her, Natalie Holloway.
They didn't let that go. They didn't let that go. And what was the girl that disappeared? She disappeared off of a cruise ship, and that went on for a long, long time. But they finally, found out they thought it was her husband or something of the sort. But they didn't let that go.
No,
for years. So now y'all just give up that easy because they're saying there's not enough evidence.
When you clearly have a video that you see what took place and she died shortly thereafter, start there.
Not enough.
Start with the people that were there, drag them all in, especially the one that she was in the fight with. Somebody needs to start talking.
Not enough.
And the videographer.
Yes.
Not enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely crazy how
Scott Peterson, that's what it was. Yeah,
how our lives are just so disregarded as not once again, it's not important. It doesn't matter. And and the thing about it is that we have these spurts where something happens, we protest, we parade for a while, then we're okay, then we're quiet again, then something else happens, then here we are again. We and myself included, I try to donate to different organizations that continue in the fight, but we've got to get to a place that we never take our foot off the gas, because as long as we continue to let up, they're going to continue to be just like, oh child, they're just going to be hot today and cold tomorrow, so why even bother?
That's just really sad. That I think that they're getting up too easily on it. And like you said, they should start there. And better news. Everybody know that I have went to the finale taping of RuPaul's Drag Race, and we have a winner, and our winner is former Miss Continental. My sister Sasha Colby is.
Yes.
She is the first transgender woman to ever win RuPaul's Drag Race. She is the first contestant to win that much money. She is the first contestant to win as a national pageant title holder. And that franchise. So congratulations to my sister Sasha Colby. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for her.
Yeah.
And she looks like me. She looks like her first performance and stuff, and she's been doing good. She's been busy ever since she won. Announced that she won, and she's gonna be busy, child. And I got a couple of gigs with her, so I can't wait to see her. Hey, Tim. I got a couple of gigs with her. I can't wait to see her and stuff. And my daughter, she made the top 4. So shout out to Mistress Isabel. My baby. She turned it. My daughter looked good. And baby, she was the show all season. If I tell you, Mama had made that show worth looking at because she was so funny. And she told it like it really was. So I'm very proud of her. And they're getting ready to go on Work the World tour. So if you like drag and you like RuPaul's Drag Race, go check them out when they come to your city. And I think my daughter goes to London tomorrow. So they're going to be really busy. Did y'all get to watch the show? The finale? It was
just
really
clips. And the really only clips of who I wanted to look at was Sasha and Mistress.
It was really good. It was really good. They turned it out. They really turned it out. My daughter was pissed though. My daughter was pissed, but at the end of it all, she was there to help Sasha, her auntie, get crowned. And Sasha even said herself, she's like, "Girl, I just think a whole different side of Mistress after it was all over." So, but Mistress is a girl that likes competition, so she was in competition mode. But family is always first on her list, and that's her auntie, and she loved her to death. So congratulations to Sasha Colby.
Yes.
Continental Elite and Continental Plus was this past week, and our winner for Continental Plus was Lindsay Page from Oklahoma. Congratulations to Lindsay.
Congratulations, Lindsay.
Congratulations, Lindsay.
Yes, ma'am. I was talking to Lindsay and when we worked together in Louisville, and she was, and you could tell she was in that space, and you could tell when a person be in that space, and she was really there when I talked to her, and there wasn't no doubt in her mind that she was going to go down there and win, and that's how she felt, just like talking to her, and I like to hear that, and I think she's going to be a great Miss Continental Plus. I think she's really
I know she will.
Yes, she definitely will be.
Definitely look good.
Yes.
From head to toe. So congratulations. I'm so proud of them. I'm happy for her. Congratulations to all the other girls that competed and they made top 5. Continental Elite. Taylor St. James.
Yes. Congratulations, Taylor.
Taylor St. James. Congratulations.
Slid in on y'all.
Yes, she did.
Mama sings. I'm sorry. Mama sings.
Yes, she do.
Mama sings, honey.
I almost feel like she's in the wrong business. She should be trying to record. Or come down here with Tyler Perry and singing in some plays and doing some stuff like that. With that kind of voice, you supposed to be mainstream.
Oh, Mama Saints. Yes, she did. Robert, Lindsay is Whitney Page's daughter, and it was Whitney Page's 10-year anniversary as Miss Continental Plus. Excuse me. And so that was and that's one thing she did say to me. She said, and that's why I really want to be Miss Continental Plus this year because, of being Whitney's anniversary. So I'm so glad that, that happened for her. But Taylor was a shock. I'm so happy Taylor finally got something. You know what I'm saying? But things happen, in due time and when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She's ready. She's been through a lot. And, but when she's back on it now, she's a whole totally different Taylor, competing wise, actually. And this go around. She's always been great in talent, but you see a whole different Taylor, like even in her clothes and everything, and her look. So congratulations to her. I'm very happy for her. Welcome to the Continental family. Did you go, Nikki?
I did not go. I just watched live.
Oh, okay.
I was here. That was my birthday.
Oh, it sure was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I didn't go this year either because I was working myself. But I'm happy for them.
I am.
Everybody was expecting for Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington to win. I was one.
I was expecting her to win. But you win some, you lose some. But it don't take nothing from who you are as a person or entertainer or the accomplishments that you have done.
I actually did not expect her to win.
See,
I didn't expect Alexis. I actually, to be honest with you, I don't expect Alexis to win anything on her first go round. I look forward to seeing what she's going to do because I know it's going to be amazing regardless. But I think that, and people can agree or disagree with me. I think that Alexis is one thing. If she's nothing else, she is one thing, and that is a ticket seller.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis Gabrielle Sherrington on a contestant list is going to pack your building just to see what she can be in a pageant by her damn self. They're coming to see what she's doing.
I agree.
I do. And I believe that she's been in several competitions where it's been held from her so she can continue to come back. And it's not just her. It has been other people as well that I thought that people have said, that we're gonna keep her in the pageant for a couple of years, baby. Let's get this money because they're coming to see her. Tell me a pageant that Alexis not going to, that people are not either going to attend or be glued to social media to see what she did.
See, because they was this time. And when I saw the lineup of the girls, I know for a fact that Taylor's going to win talent, but I don't know. Yeah, I know for a fact she's going to win talent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I know Taylor speaks well. I know she's going to do good at interview, but I didn't know how anything else is going to play out and what anybody else thinks. Dominique had looked absolutely beautiful.
Oh my God!
Yes, she did.
Oh my God!
Now, see, what I'm saying? When you take this is the Dominique I ain't never seen before either. When she got the Continental, I done seen her compete many times over on the Black Sisters, but I've never seen this Dominique before ever.
There is a new level. I think a new level of confidence on that stage that I don't see from her on other stages.
Yeah. And when she walked out last year, it was like, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Supposed to be. So shout out to Dominique and a job well done. Alexis went on a rant. I like to call Alexis gay. Alexis went on a rant. My girl went on a rant today, honey, and she was talking about the things that happened during Continental, and she had props and all kind of different things, and she wasn't able to use those props. That was her tribute to Chanel Dupree, Chanel Dupree's evening gown, and the gown that Alexis had paid tribute to in the competition, and that was the prop that she was supposed to walk out with. And they say, well, you know, you can only use handheld props and talent, and this, that, and other, but it's a handheld prop too because somebody had to carry it.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
So I don't understand, and it doesn't say in the rule books that I know of, and even if there is rule books that you know you can't have props and even got a swimsuit.
What a rule book is that?
Yeah,
Okay, so and I was saying I had a conversation with a friend of mine. You can take that down. Wait, we're gonna go back to that. Take that down. We're gonna. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and they was like, "Well, when I competed, we had got a rule book." I say, "Well, when I competed with Mocha year, I don't recall getting a handbook. I didn't recall getting anything. You know, I got the letter saying something about the souvenir book and tickets and stuff like that, but there was nothing. Yeah, and that, but it was never anything about rules and regulations of things that you can and cannot do. I don't remember ever getting that. And then they say, well, that's in the contract. This person said that's when we signed the contract. Now, mind you, I never knew we even signed the contract at registration, but they say that's what you signed when you're at registration. Okay, well, you're at registration already, so I can't read this and the do's and don'ts of what I can't do when I done bought this here and I'm already here. So now you're telling me once I got here that I can't do it?
Because I read about this.
What was it at that before that said I couldn't do this and I would have never spent this money? Or this would have I would have changed my package around if I knew this was I wouldn't have went that route, you know. But I didn't get no rules and regulations. Nikki?
I think they just didn't want her to win. Actually, I know for a fact they didn't want her to win. And she gave them room for her not to win. I did think going to the pageant, because I knew what Gabby was already doing. That it was going to be hard to beat her because of how she competes, and she was planning on giving it to him. I think when she got there and she found out that she was not to use these things that people have used in the past, people have used props in the past for these categories.
Jessica Jazz Ross came out in a wagon. Somebody rolled on the thing one time.
Mm-hmm. They you know what I'm saying? She was trying to give them old school vintage Continental, which Continental Elite is based off of. So, but y'all know how she competes, and y'all were going to stop her. However, I think you possibly could.
Now I have a question. Did any one of y'all hear question and answer?
No.
Okay, so allegedly I heard that the question was something about Jim have had Continental for a certain amount of years, something. Who is Miss Continental that inspired you to be in the pageant, something to that nature? Yeah, so I'll paraphrase it. But she talked more about the things that happened to her
that night.
Yeah, with the props.
And knowing Gabby, knowing her the way that I know her, that was in her head the whole night she was competing.
Okay, so all right. So let's talk about it. If you want to stop someone from winning a pageant, then you do something to them that is going to mentally affect them.
Mm-hmm.
So that even if they do compete effectively, they get to the microphone and can't even really concentrate on what they need to answer because all they want to do is get out how they're feeling about what you've done to them. I've seen that happen to other people in different pageants.
Mm-hmm.
When they got to the microphone, the question was dead simple, but all they could talk about is what took place at registration. Some people, it manifests itself in question and answer. Other people were able to make it through the pageant, and then we get a live on Facebook the next day or a long post, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But maybe it was designed for her to fail.
I said that. I said the question was so easy because we knew who your former favorite Miss Continental was. You just showed us all night.
Exactly.
And you didn't even get her name really out.
It is what it is.
They made it so easy too. I think they knew that being that's not one of her strong categories in
I think,
pageantry.
and I think that if I were a former Miss Continental or Plus or anything, I probably wouldn't do another division because Jim has publicly said on the
Mhm.
microphone that he does not want his former queens to come back and do other division because he feels like that runs the other contestants away. I was there when he said it on the microphone.
Well,
And
he
then
has
he
said
was
that
going to put that
before.
little rule in
Yes.
place. Remember that rule he was going to say it was going to be every other year, et cetera,
Every
et
other
cetera, et
year.
cetera.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't think that ever came to play. You know,
You don't think it ever took place? Yeah, no.
No, because we never really paid attention to see if they have. You know what I'm saying?
But my whole thing is if you vocalize that, then that's how you're feeling, and that might be still like in the back of your mind, like I don't want that. I don't want people to feel like the pageant is monopolized by formers, people who are already part of the system.
I'm gonna skip over something and then I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go since we're talking about it, I'm gonna go to Yasmin's post. Because Yasmin had made a post. I guess somebody asked her about competing for Continental or something like that. She said, I was asked this weekend if I would ever return to Continental. I will never compete in a different division of a system that I'm already a part of. In my personal opinion, it stunts the growth of a system. To me, there is something very special and beautiful about adding a new sister to the sisterhood. Continental is continental. It doesn't matter where you are in the family, but more about what you do in the year, leaving a legacy that will stand the test of time. Hashtag don't beat me up too bad about it. But that's her opinion.
Yeah, I beg
to differ.
And I totally respect that.
I can see that from both sides. So I can understand, her philosophy on it as far as, if you're a part of the system, you're a part of the system. But then I do also think that you can be sitting and be a part of a system. Let's just say hypothetically speaking, Chevelle, you won US of A, and you say, you know what? The classic division is dying. And it's dying because we keep crowning people who are not doing the work to build it. I'm going to go ahead and do the pageant so I can do the work and build it back up. In that particular case, somebody can say, oh, girl, you already won USA. What are you over there? You know what I'm doing? Well, as a former, I care about the system. I see a division dying. I'm going to go and clock in, and I'm going to build it back up so that it can continue. Let's say one of the owners has said, girl, we're thinking about canceling the classic division because all the preliminaries are going away and nobody's really investing in the system. And you say, well, no, I don't think we should do that. I think we just need a good representative. Mm-hmm. Bitch, I'm going to be that representative. I'm going to compete. I'm going to tear this pageant in half. Bitch, I'm going to get the crown and I'm going to build it back up. So I can see it from both sides of the spectrum. I can agree with, if you feel like it's something special about adding a new sister. But if you add new sisters that's not doing the work, baby, then you might have to find somebody in the family to clock in.
Yeah, hello, somebody.
And then not to mention, though, I did classic because I liked working with Jerry. Mm-hmm. I loved working with Jerry. In my year as Miss USA was absolutely amazing. And that's when I really felt like I began to come into my own as an entertainer and as a title holder. And so I wanted the opportunity to do it again with him. Because during my reign as Miss USA, he really liked that I brought that Miss America aspect that I had, the administrative side of it, helping to sell preliminaries. And so I wanted to if you love something, I don't think sometimes just that one chance to participate in it is enough. You say, hey, here's another chance for me to do it again. Let me do it again. So, I mean, which like Chevelle said, I can respect her point of view, but sometimes you love something so much. If there's another opportunity to do it again, why not do it again?
And my whole point in doing the pageant, someone that inspired me a lot is Layla LaRue. And when I first met Layla and saw her at the pageant, and she was in Miss Texas, I said in 3 years she'll be Miss Texas, Miss Gay Texas. In 3 years she won Miss Gay Texas, and I told her this story. We was on the patio outside a hotel, And she said, well, if you feel that way about me, why don't you do the pageant? I said, I they'll never crown me. I end up doing the pageant. She ended up crowning me. So when she won US of A Classic, that just opened up the door for me, because if she's doing it, that's how I thought. I was like, oh, well, Layla doing it, I can do it. And I love Jerry Bird, and I would love to work for him again. So it was like you said, it's a system that needed growth. And then I had sisters before me that was really good. Whitney was one of them, and Layla was one of them. And I wanted to be a part of that sisterhood with them, legendary entertainers. And that was one of my most fun reigns that I ever had, because I feel like Miss US of A, was my first national, and I was new, and I learned a lot. So now I want to take what I learned from being Miss US of A, Miss Continental, all those things, and put that into US of A Classic, and I did, and I had a really, really good year. And even at my give up, it was a great year, and I had great contestants. And I want to prove to Mike that, I am who I am as a queen, and I can produce, and be that administrator. So I don't think that,
Another caveat to it is, let's just say that, Dominique, you were competing for Miss Gay US of A, and you compete, and you didn't win. And as you're competing, your age is matriculating, you decide to do Miss Gay US of A Classic. And you win Miss Gay US of A, you have a good experience, you're a great queen, but something's still in you saying, Classic isn't what I wanted. Like, my dream was to be Miss Gay US of A. So you decide to go back and double dip for that reason. It's many reasons why people could double dip.
And LaWanda was
exactly. Yeah. So it's many reasons why somebody could want to go back and do it. And again, I said, I do, like you said, Chevelle, I also agree. I respect Yasmin's point of view and the way she feels about it, but I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing if somebody wants to go back. Actually, it's a huge compliment to that particular system, in my opinion, and those promoters. If somebody wants to reign for you again, that's a great compliment.
Now, if you go and do it and you be a fool, then that's a different story.
Yes, it is. And we're gonna talk about it.
Definitely.
All the pressure is on you, because let's say you did win Miss, and then you go do Elite. All the pressure is on you, because if you don't win, you rolled the dice and took that gamble.
Correct.
So, hey, because it's not a guarantee.
So, in talking of pageants, we talked about Mr. Continental's photo that he had posted a couple of weeks ago, and the drama behind it, and the apology and all that kind of stuff. So I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I come up on this photo.
Who is it?
So this is he's Mr. South Carolina Continental or North Carolina Continental. He's a former Florida MI. How I don't know, but he's a former Mr. Florida or something. So this, to me, when I was scrolling, I'm like, oh, who is this? I thought it was one of the old formers, and they just posted one of their pictures. But no, this is the contestant, and he said, going back to Mr. Continental, I think this is a slap in the face of Mr. Continental, because you're not Continental, and it's not. I think it's false advertisement. So
I thought that was Mike Tail or somebody down there.
No, it was definitely it's someone. He's a preliminary winner or representative or something.
He's from Florida.
Yeah, he is from Florida.
I think he's a former Universal Latina or something too, also maybe.
And I don't necessarily think that there was ill intent when he did it, because
no, I don't think there's ill intent. No,
yeah,
don't be wrong. But I do think that there's an amount of respect.
Yeah, correct. This happened a few months ago, and I shared this with Chevelle offline. It happened a while ago. Someone had posted a flyer with Amaya Glamazon on it, and it advertised her as appearing as Miss Black America. And I responded and was like, she's not Miss Black America. Y'all need to change this, because we don't want, and we had just crowned Saria at that point. And Amaya is two queens back. So to me, when you're reigning something or when you're not reigning something, if you're a former, you need to specifically call out that you're a former. If you are a preliminary winner, you need to specifically call out the preliminary name. There is a precedence on using the name of Mr. Continental if you are not Mr. Continental. It's disrespectful to the title holder, to the system, and actually to yourself, because how are you can't just call yourself something. You got to win the pageant. So when I saw it, when I first laid eyes on it, I thought that somebody had taken over the position and Dame was out. I was like, okay, no, wait a minute. When did this happen? But see, that's how stuff gets started, because you didn't clarify, that you were doing a preliminary. You just put that out. And I think this is, and me personally, I think that is just a lack of experience from this particular person. Well, hey, Trent.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
How you doing? Hey. What's that coming out your nose? I see you got your diffuser on.
I did. That's my inhaler. That's my inhaler. That's butane.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking, like, that's just like if somebody was competing for the real Miss USA or Miss Universe, and one of them ladies posted they going back and they put under their Miss Universe. Yeah, that people can sue her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
just like when they sued Jerry Bird and stuff for USA. Yeah, Donald Trump sued him. They can sue her. So, and then I go under to see who liked it, and I see promoters liking the picture, and I see Continental Pageantry liking it.
And nobody has said this is inappropriate, none of this type of stuff.
And I think that it's so disrespectful. I sent it to him, and I said, did you see this? He said, yes, Chevelle, I seen it. But I know Dame, so he's not going to say too much about it. I just think it's highly disrespectful.
I agree. I think it's very disrespectful, and I think it's also disrespectful that the system liked the picture or hasn't said anything to him about it.
But yet they have much to say about his damn picture.
It's
funny because so much to say about his picture.
Yeah, other systems where they're crowning on a continental stage. So for you to be a contestant and to put Mr. Continental in your promo, nice photo, by the way. Great idea. But you could have put in a smile on the side, Carolina.
Somebody could have told. I feel like somebody could have said something and told him, "Hey, take it down and add Carolinas," or somebody should have said something instead of just it being okay. To me, that's a microaggression. If it would have been I feel like if it was a title holder of another hue of skin, then it would have been a bigger conversation.
It would, but we know what we got to start feeling like. Okay, we already know this shit is biased over there when we go to these systems. The others, okay? We know this. So when we go over there, we got to execute who we are, and we have to show up extra because we still not there yet. Regardless of what we think, regardless of how many black girls that won these systems, we still not there yet. So we got to do what we know how to do to reign, extraordinary for these systems, so we can always stand out. Dane should have dropped another picture on their ass. You know what I'm saying? Show the fuck up. Because we can't wait on them to treat us right. They ain't gonna do it. We got to show them how to treat us.
You got to show them how to treat us.
No, I'm gonna show them how I'm gonna treat them. I'm gonna keep my motherfucking money in my pocket.
But for the times you did go over there, you know what I'm saying? You knew that if you won that system, you knew that they don't treat us like they treat them. That's this world, period.
Absolutely.
They'll let you win if you're undeniable. They really will. But you got to be undeniable. Have you ever noticed that we have to be undeniable?
Absolutely. Of course. That's what the problem is. And that is the problem. The problem, this goes back to the conversation we were just having about racism earlier, just in America in general. That's why I said, when I said earlier, it happens in our community as well. Yeah. We also ignore it in this particular, on this platform. It's okay that the system is racist at certain times because I want to be that. Mm-hmm. So people will ignore all of those, even other promoters. They will go and they will support just so they can put their representatives on their stage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, and I'll call this out as well, something else I've seen. You notice that when we win certain titles, with an exception of a select few. When you have a person of color win Continental or US of A or EOI, then you see them show up at our national pageants, at the Black national pageants. They show up, they're there for the walks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When it's not, you don't see them. And I don't know if it's necessarily because they see us as not being a space that they need to be in, or if they deem it as not, it's not worthy of a place where they need to be in. But that's the way that it works. Yet when we win our Black shit, we are dying to get up there to show off that we won our stuff on the continental stage.
And then they don't have a walk that year.
Exactly. Exactly.
What about Sunday?
Or they tell you at the last minute, are we about to have to walk now?
Yeah, here up.
So
now you
want to here
post and stuff like that. We're gonna go back to the post when with Gabby and the comment thing.
Yes.
It's not Gabby, it's Queen Gabrielle.
I'm sorry.
It's Alexis.
So Gabby made a post, and then she put in the comments that Dana Douglas, you finally got your wish. I didn't win. And then she said, with all my somebody had made a response to her, and see, that's the thing. I don't like when y'all do that. When you get up under them little fake profiles, and then you want to go reading and all that kind of stuff. If you got something to say to me, say it to my face. So how am I finna argue with you and you're not even here?
You got no heart.
Yeah, you fake as fuck. So miss me with the bullshit. What you saying to me, even if what you saying to me is some truth, girl, I don't want to hear it because you ain't got sense enough to put yourself.
You saying who the fuck you is?
Let me just address something because everybody's saying Sonny's been everywhere. Sonny. Baby, I said with a select few, first of all. And secondly, please know that Sonny is not white. Okay, moving on.
What is her nationality?
Her name is Sonia Diaz.
Oh, okay. That's that too.
So we weren't talking about Sonny, y'all.
No, Sonny's been doing excellent.
And the other Mr. Connor that used to come everywhere was Tiffany.
But before we go further with that, I know we on this, but do we understand the white people not really coming to our pageants and stuff though? Because it's named Miss Black Universe, Miss Black America. I doubt that we would run there as quick if they was Miss White Continental or Miss White US of A. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like that's for us. Even like the NAACP, you don't see white people in the audience that much. When they have their award, the Image Awards and stuff, and the BET Awards, you don't see many white people there. It might be a few.
I agree, Trent.
That's true.
So there's some history with Dana Douglas and Alexis. So some years ago, there was a time when Alexis allegedly was told that Dana had called her an uppity N-word. And so there was like this big thing about Dana being racist and this, that, and the other. So there's an alleged letter out. There was never surfaced apology letter or something like that I've heard. So I'm not quite sure if that's true or not because it's alleged because I've never seen it. But so that's where that came from with Alexis. And then I heard also through the vine that Dana allegedly said something to Jim at registration about the props or something too. So that's what prompted him to say that there was no prop usage during those categories. But yeah, so that's
okay. So wait a minute now. So was it because she said something to prompt him to do it, or was it in the handbook? Because we got to pick a story.
Well, no. The handbook thing was me and someone else that competed, and that's a former a former Continental, and they were saying to me like it's in the handbook, but I'm like, oh, I don't see that. So so I still want to see this handbook.
Me too.
But back in the day, I had a conversation with Tommy Ross years ago. She said when she first went to Continental, she had all the props and stuff on stage. the talent stuff. She said in registration, Jim said, I don't know where y'all think y'all at, but we don't do all of that over here.
Do all of
That
that.
was 1997, and he didn't like props and stuff back then. So, and it's been kind of consistent because I've never seen props at Continental. I mean, I may have missed the years that if anybody did use them, they had them, but props has never been a thing over there. Jim liked to run his pageant.
It was always handheld props. That's why Basha had the all that stuff, because it was always you have to, when you come up, you have to bring it on stage. When they call your name, you have to be able to bring it right then and sit it down and let's go.
It's the take your shit with you props.
Right.
Yeah.
When you walk off stage, it can go with you.
The year that I competed, that girl from New York, she had was setting up and all that kind of stuff, and they was talking and letting her set up and shit.
Yeah.
The girl that was Fred's contestant, the Latin chick, she had did 2 years in a row. She did the Jungle Talent or something like that. So and she had even set up some stuff. So Lindsay said the props have to roll on and roll off. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I understand why she couldn't use
why she could use her props.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the props were also left on stage at the end of who props?
It was like a pile of it left.
Who?
Man, Alexis. It was like a man's boas.
Oh, see,
it
that's
was like a lot. It was like a pile of stuff. A fan.
Because you remember when Gabby won Continental, you're not supposed to have confetti and all of that stuff. And you remember her first night talent, all that confetti came out, right? And they said they was going to disqualify her or some shit like that. It was, said, but they didn't do it. She came back the next night and won. But, everybody know at Continental, you have to edit yourself. You really do.
Or just call ahead of time and get them approved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations to the contestants of Sweetheart. Who's the winner? Octavia
and Zell Brooks.
And I did put it in there.
And they were really good. I got a chance to judge this pageant this weekend.
How was it? Ava looked beautiful.
Ava looked good.
I heard Venus was good.
Yeah.
So,
I'm confused. Let me tell you, I judge, and let me tell y'all from a judge's standpoint. I need to ask a question real quick because I really didn't know how to judge this particular category. For Venus Talent, she did "Let This Be Our Prayer" by Yolanda Adams and Donnie McClurkin. But there was no guy out there. When his parts came on, she did sign language. So I was confused. I didn't know what to give that because I hear a male's voice and I don't see a male.
But because the talent was her, it was twofold. She was doing her part, and then she was signing the other part.
Signing the other part.
Yeah.
But what was this person?
The person doesn't have to be there. I'm signing it.
I'm signing the words to you. That's my talent.
So it's like a 2-part talent. She could have done the whole thing in sign language.
But let me tell you something. Sign language is a language. It's a language. There needs to be an interpreter there to make sure she could be doing anything. That's the language, just like.
But you can say the same thing about when people lip sync Spanish. Trent, we don't know what they're saying. It's the same thing when people answer a question and they have to be translated. They could be telling them what to say.
Well, at least they have a translator.
But we don't know what they're saying though, so the principle is the same. The reality is we don't understand that
because when they be up there interpret it wrong, those people
and maybe there was other people in the
audience
that did know sign language. It was because you didn't know the sign language, but there was other people.
But how could I judge it? That's what I'm asking you because I don't know it. You're right, I don't know it. So how could I judge it?
If I'm in that, I'm going to err on the side of the test and judge them based on a skill that they have that I don't.
But how do I know? How do I judge it? I'm asking you because I don't know.
Here's a question that I'm going to ask you versus asking how do I judge it. I'm going to ask you this: what are you taking off for?
I didn't see a man out there singing.
Okay, so that's minus what?
Because even when when they have interpreters on TV, you still see somebody singing. You still see somebody that's talking.
That's true.
In those parts. So when they signing, there's somebody there.
But there's people that do talents with words in the song and they don't even lip sync; they just dance.
Yeah, and
so would you have judged it differently had she not lip synced her part? If she would have just signed the whole thing?
I'm only speaking to this. I can't speak for the dancers and what they don't see.
No, I'm asking you. if she would have just lip sync. I mean, if she would have signed the entire talent and not
There could have
sung
been
the
a
girl
man in the
part.
back singing those words, and she still could have been doing that. But there's a man's voice that's taking over half the song.
But will you, the surgeon, answer my question, which is, if she had only signed the whole song, just the whole song sign language, would you have judged it differently or saw it differently?
I could only judge her for the woman part. She's standing up there doing a female impersonation part. There's a woman singing and there's a man singing. Whether she's signing or not, where is this male that's supposed to be singing?
And that's what I agree with you, because like you said, like it's when there is a sign language person over there, there is somebody else singing.
Okay, well here, what about when the girls come out and tell they gospel in half, but ain't no choir out there?
I take off for that too.
Really?
There are voices that I hear.
Well, that's your personal business, baby.
No.
You hear voices.
I'm talking about in the song.
Really?
And there should be a choir that backs them. Yeah.
And I'm
That's
going to
very
disagree with that.
interesting. I mean, that's just interesting to me.
I would disagree with that because a lot of times, a lot of celebrities like Dorinda Clark and them will go do concerts with no choir because they're singing with a track.
And we talking
Ain't
about
nobody up there but them. But you hear the choir.
Well, let me tell you something.
But it is a pageant though, and I think there's preparation. Just like when I competed that year, we competed for Duval Plus. They told me I should have had dancers.
Certain things just need things, and there are phenomenal entertainers who can whoop. You one of them, Nikki. Like you make me forget about a choir because the way you do it. You know what I'm saying? But everybody don't have that. A lot of people just perform gospel. Gospel is something.
She needed to make you forget that was done in McClurkin.
I heard him. He sung 50% of that song. Let this be our prayer.
And that's true. And if there's a lot of it, you know what I'm saying?
It is a lot. He does. They're singing it half. It is a duet.
There's a man out there singing this song, and you just sign language with like, even if you was to sing this live, okay, who's gonna sing it so you can sign language?
Right.
The man gonna have to be there.
Yeah. See, I'm a kind of judge. That's why he judging Pageant. I don't buy anything.
Right.
It's on my foot and tell me it's raining. I don't buy anything.
See, here's the thing, though. Everybody here, we all have different opinions on this, right? And as a pageant contestant, what is important to understand is that unless the system has given a clear directive on how they want that judged, like I've gone and told them what I'm doing, and the system has told you how they want it to be judged, then you are at the mercy of how the judge sees this talent. So if you see this talent as something, it's lacking something, you're going to judge me accordingly. If Chevelle thinks that it's amazing that I was able to sign that portion, she's going to judge me accordingly. My scores, as Vicky Valentino says, are the scores. And that's what we have to be when we compete. We have to be open to that and understand that all judges are going to see something different. They may see, just like when Chevelle said, some people told her that she needed to have dances. I remember the first time I sung live, I wasn't even very confident about singing live, so I sung a cappella, and Natasha Braxton told me you needed music. Now, I said, well, my talent wasn't the music; it was my voice.
I've been told when I have used a choir, you don't need to use nobody. You just need to be by yourself.
Trent Neal say, how did you judge Phyllis Hyman?
It definitely needed more. It needed more going on. It needed more activity. Yeah. I didn't give it a high score. But let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you what I'm surprised at about some of the vets.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
The stuff that they are supposed to know, they don't do. Because like Interview for Once, I was surprised at the attire and some of the hairstyles and what, and just the way some people look. You know what I'm saying? Like as a professional, a consummate professional who has been doing this, I shouldn't be taking off for how you look in Interview. You ought to know that.
Taking off, when you say how you look, what do you mean by that?
Holes in stockings, synthetic wigs just thrown on top of your head, ponytails pulled back. That's not
okay, but Trent, that's not necessarily that they don't know it. They know it. They just haven't prepared for interview.
But what I'm saying is, they at a point in this career
that you expect
they
more.
make those small mistakes, and that's how those newcomers, because that's who watching y'all, everything you do, and they want to be like you. They've been watching you, so guess what? They prepare for that, and they come in with their shit smooth, looking good, polished, smelling good. You know what I'm saying? I was just surprised at that.
Yeah.
Someone on my Instagram said, like when girls do monologues and they answer to voices of people that aren't on stage.
Oh my God.
What did you say? Like when girls do monologues and they answer to voices of people that aren't on stage.
Well, that happens. That definitely happens.
That was funny to me.
I mean, it's the truth shit.
It's funny to me. Oh my God. Okay, y'all, we need to take a commercial break, and I know it ain't right here, but oh yes, it is. We're gonna take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with some general topics.
The voices are not on.
Oh, you talking to me? What?
You was you didn't see me standing right here?
Mi no comprendo, mi mexicano.
You not no Mexican shit. You knocked my mother wig off. Dude, why would you spray my wig off?
That was the hurricane.
Yo.
What's the freakiest thing you ever did? I sucked my own dick and came in my mouth. How do you do it? So it's two ways I can either bend over, but generally I lay on my back, I put my feet over my head, and I just go to town. Self-Gawk 3000.
Come on, don't look so sad now. You look like your dog just died. Here, take your flip flops. You're gonna need those. Put them on your feet. Don't want you to walk out barefooted. Now, if you need a snack, you're free to have a Pop-Tart for the road, complimentary of the day hotel and suites. Keys, don't forget those. Got your phone, got your wallet, take your bag. All right, now. The rule is to not come back until you're invited. So, don't call me, I'll call you. Ready? Don't call me.
Don't call me.
I'll call you.
I'll call you.
Thank you. Bye, Jerome. Bye, Jerome.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. He's so fucking quiet.
That's too much conversation.
Yeah, that's a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm not walking with no dough.
Oh my goodness.
Lock the bottom lock on your way out, baby.
Yeah, lock the door.
Y'all still know out like that? Oh no.
Right, good night. But yeah, you definitely going home.
Come on up out of here, baby. What you mean, what, Dominique? If that's not the husband, then it's the next question is what you about to do?
What you about to do?
What if I want another round?
Oh, this is after that.
This is after that.
Yeah.
Oh no, you spending the night.
Oh no, man.
Oh yeah.
I can't sleep.
No, you muted.
I won't be able to sleep.
Yeah.
Every time you move.
Chevelle, we can't hear you, sis.
Okay, off mute.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, because I was going in over here telling you, no ma'am, no ma'am. No ma'am, Dominique, girl. You talking about I might want another round? Well, bitch, come on, let's get it over with. Let's get it.
No, not right now.
You
like
baby, I'm ready for you to go now.
Y'all may go to sleep and then you may get up and go in.
I'm ready to go get me some Mountain Dew and roll my blunt now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I like the company.
No consistency, no commitment. We ain't going all night. Yeah, child. But listen, okay, if that's what you come in here to do, and we know that you finna lay down and this, that, and the other, then okay.
Oh yeah, that's been discussed.
It's different, but like, no. If I just met you on the side, you ain't coming over here to lay down.
No, you got to go because I got to call Christian.
Yeah, see, but I'm not a sight girl, so it's somebody I know. If you know when I do it, it's somebody that I know.
Marcel said, "Child, bring the next guy in." Because that first one didn't satisfy your scratch.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he definitely got to go then.
You definitely about there.
Huh?
I said, then they definitely got to go.
And China, if you met somebody at the club and they got a bag, now that's a red flag right there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's definitely the red flag.
That's the time you do it right there in the club.
Or it could be exactly what you want. Because Dominique said she wanted them to stay. They got their bag, Dominique.
Okay.
Yeah, you can spend the night.
No,
yeah, that turned into a couple of days.
Sometimes it turns into a couple of days. Do y'all think that two people that have the same sexual preference can be in a relationship? Neo,
babe, you have to ask people that's in relationships. I don't know. I don't know shit. I have learned to keep my mouth closed about relationships because I have not been in one in forever. I am not giving nobody no damn relationship advice when I can't even get a consistent movie date. So that is Dominique, the reason why they got to get the hell out my bed and going on about it.
I know a married couple though that they like the same thing.
I do too. I know something.
I know and I'm telling you, when you see them, it is one of the most beautiful relationships I've ever seen. Their commitment
I'll actually
to each other and everything.
I'll share something with you.
They just like the same thing. I mean, they want the same thing sexually.
Oh, okay. When I lived in Florida, when I was younger and I lived in Florida, there was a couple there, and they used to always try to get me to come chill with them. I knew what the fuck that meant because I had heard about other people who had chilled with them. And back then, you know, I was good at two shoes, baby. No, ma'am, bitch, no, man, clutching my pearls. How dare you ask me? Y'all, that is disgusting. You all are disgusting. That's what I thought about them. Fast forward 6 years later, I moved to Atlanta. And at that point, they had moved to the area as well. They were still inviting me to come and chill with them. And I was like, no, y'all, that's just not my speed. I'm not doing that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Baby, I think they were celebrating 15 years together. When I saw them out at a pageant, it was like, oh, we leaving to go celebrate our 15-year anniversary. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Who the fuck are you to call somebody disgusting or nasty? And these people have been together for 15 years making this disgusting, nasty work. You run around here, can't get a bitch to pay for you a damn meal at McDonald's.
So then you realize that you go that night to celebrate?
I didn't go, but had they offered, I think they had got to.
So I'm gonna go and we gonna go celebrate tonight.
The revelation just didn't hit me fast enough. You know, they had done scooted on along. I think they picked up somebody else. But it really did put things in perspective, baby. Everybody's relationship is going to be different. So you can't look at just because yours don't work a certain way. You can't go to judging everybody else's.
What you think, Nikki?
Well, I've seen it work for people. So I mean, they bring the couple I know, they bring the third. And they're two tops, and they do their little jack sessions. They make it real nice, and actually, my children, they have toys and stuff like that. And
what's the name, Nikki?
I wouldn't dare.
Look, Trenton got his pen out, baby. What's the name?
I wouldn't dare. My son and his husband. And they've been married for a long time, and they make it work.
Child, listen, I always say that. I say this on the show all the time. Yeah, they can make it work because white people always make it work. I'll be seeing some. I'm like, damn. Oh, okay, I'm doing something wrong. And I always say that You know, because over there they don't. They trade is different than our trade.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They say he
Yes,
trades.
it is.
No, that is not trade. You got to stop.
Oh yes, it's trade to them, baby.
You got to stop that. So you know, it's so it's different. But you know, I think it's gonna work. Sex is sex at the end of the day.
Yeah, sex
You
and
know, and
yeah.
that's what people got to stop putting labels on that.
And then also, I think that you know, sex is not necessarily a determination of whether or not a relationship is going to work. It can be determined if that's what you you know.
It's a
That's
big
what
part
you
of it, but you know, you can find some ways in there to make things work.
Yeah,
because I think that those are people that probably really love each other for real.
For real,
they
for real.
unconditionally love each other, and it's
They like
not
best friends.
And those that's why those relationships last, because the sex is way above what we're doing physically.
Yeah, they falling in love with the person.
Yeah.
And you know, you get to define the terms of your relationship. You whoever you with, y'all get to determine what y'all feel is great for your relationship. Everybody's relationship different. Everybody's views are different. You know, some people might fuck animals in a relationship. That's what they like. That's what they like.
Yeah, they like.
I don't want them to be fucking animals. One
One
of my friends said they went got them a little bulldog. They be fucking bitch. I'm gonna be devastated. I can't even be your friend.
Yeah, we got friends, dog. Yeah, I don't want to.
You don't want to hear fucking pigs.
Well, they fucking horse. You know, they horse be hung.
Ooh, if you fucking horse, you better not sneeze around me. You better not sneeze around me because you can't even belch, bitch. you ain't gonna be able to do nothing at it. Could you be friends with someone who has a different religious background as you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have friends that we don't even have the same beliefs in politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm gonna say it depends on what that religion is. I don't think I'm gonna believe somebody who just worships Satan.
You know, a friend of mine told me that they was atheists, and I was like, really? Really?
I could probably be friends with an atheist, somebody who just don't believe in it, but somebody who said, "Oh, I worship the devil." No, then we're not friends.
No, I don't know nobody that do that.
You know what? I don't know if I I don't know if I feel comfortable in the room with you.
Yeah, so
if you worship the devil, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. So I'm gonna retract my statement and say absolutely. I'm gonna say pretty much everybody except those who worship the devil.
Dominique.
I mean, I wouldn't even really say that, because there's a guy that entertains down here. I think he's a Satanist or something like that. I mean, I wouldn't say that we're friends, but but I still talk to him. I don't treat him any different than I treat anybody else. But I wouldn't necessarily say we're friends either.
Yeah, I met a guy who was who said he was a male witch or Wiccan, whatever that is.
Yeah.
He was. I asked him. He said he was cooking, and I was like, "Oh, what are you making?" And he said, "Oh, I'm brewing a potion." And I said, "A potion?" He said, "Yeah, I'm a Wiccan, and my family is a family of witches." And I said, "Oh, okay then. Well, I'm gonna text you later."
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure I've come in contact with all types of people, especially in the work that I'm in. But we can't. You're not my friend.
You know what?
Bena said, "I'm here now and would like to address my talent." Shut up, Miss Woman. I think it's very silly to say my signing could be wrong just because there's not a man on the stage with me. I also have someone to clock my signing. I am the one that has a degree in ASL, and contestants shouldn't lose points over someone's lack of knowledge.
Yeah, she's entitled to feel how she feel. I have no problem with that.
What was we? Oh, about the religion. So, now as a performer, since we all perform and Prince, you have too. As a performer, does it matter what number you go on a show, and do a showcase keep people in? Should a showcase keep people in the same order or change them every week? as a performer, I don't care where I go on the show. It was just so funny the other day when I was working and I was in the show, and it was me and a bunch of newcomer girls, and I'm second on the show, but I know why she put me there. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't question it. You know, but I tend to never like to go first. But if I have to go first, I'm gonna go first, like right at the gate, because sometimes I host the show and I go first. But it doesn't matter where you go on the show. I think as an entertainer, because what you go do is what you go do, and if they like you, they go like you. If they go tip you, they go tip you. Period.
And when I'm doing a lineup, I do it based on what people are bringing to the table, and I think about how I'm going to start off a show. Like I would never start off a show with somebody that's going to do something slow. I'm gonna let somebody that's going to take that, you know, and then like, so I look at who's on the show and I do the lineup based on what I think is going to maintain the audience. So it's not so much about where people prefer to go. It's about what's going to be best for the show overall. That's just how I look at it.
Well, so when I used to write up the lineup, I used to also feel like we used to have to open and close with like a really good number. So if there is not an opening production, then at least there's going to be an opening with a high energy number. And I also feel like we should close with a high energy number. But on previous casts that I've been on, the last cast that I was on was here the Spotlight Showcase here in Atlanta, and I changed my philosophy on that closing thing because oftentimes I would want to put someone like Dynasty at the end because I know she was going to buck the house down. So like if Chevelle came in town, I would put Chevelle last because Chevelle is number one, the guest, and number two, I know she's going to like shake it up. But also I realized that it's not necessarily whether or not the song is fast or slow. It's just about whether or not it's going to be entertaining because I have put Taji on the end of our shows before as well. And she went out there and did a slow number, but performed the fuck out of it and shook the building as well. So I don't necessarily think it's necessarily about what the speed of the number is. I changed my perspective on that. I don't think it matters where you go on the show. If you're gonna shake the show, you're gonna shake it in the beginning or you're gonna shake it in the end. I think a lot of times people are concerned about where they go on the show for one or two reasons: either the amount of people that are already in the crowd, whether or not the crowd is going to grow during the show or if it's already packed. And then the other one is whether or not they need to get the hell up out of there.
If they're going behind a girl that they think is going to make more money.
They think it's going to tear the show down and stuff. Because I've seen it happen. They be like, oh, such and such is here. She on the show. Charlie got her before me. Let me move before her, etc. Yeah, that's one of the things. But
what you think, Trey?
I think people should just shut the fuck up. Go. If they put you one, be prepared for one. You ain't gonna always get to go where you want to go. Learn how to go in somebody's house, because when you performing on people's show, you're in their house. Learn how to go in their house and be respectful enough to be ready to go wherever they put you. Now, however, sometimes I wish the show directors knew what the girls were doing. I went to a show last night, and I promise it was 15 ballots in a row, and I just had to get the fuck out of there. I'm not in love.
At this point, they do know what they're doing, and I have a follow show director that asked you to turn your music in, and they didn't listen to what the girls are doing on the show, and then they come up with the same artist sometime, or something like that. You didn't listen to this, or maybe the track was distorted when you got it.
That's why when we did the thing for Gay American Chevelle, remember I put all y'all in a group, and I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" To make sure that everybody had different music and figure out where to position them on the lineup. As far as the question as whether or not cast members should rotate, I absolutely think they should rotate, because if they know that Chevelle is going to be last every week, Chevelle supporters are going to take their time getting to the club. That's not fair to the rest of the class, the rest of the cast. So I think they should be anywhere. If you come to see Chevelle on the show, come to the show, not to see Chevelle at the end of the show. Come see the whole show, because Chevelle might be first out of the shoot, she might be in the middle, she might be at the end. So I think they definitely should rotate them.
I do too.
My situation is a little different. I have to open and close the show at Lips. So we do a production as Ross, and I close with Last Dance. So that's a standard. But normally I don't really care where I'm at on the show lineup.
Yeah, but y'all have like a set list on them.
Yeah, we have a set kind of like show.
Yeah.
But you know what irritates me though, and I know this is gonna seem real petty. I don't like when I'm a guest somewhere and they make me open the show.
But Trent just told you to shut the fuck up and go where they go and respect the people's house now.
I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care.
I used to feel that way, but I do want to, if I'm going to open up the show, at least go out there and talk first. I don't like it when they don't have it, when they go out there and talk before they go, and it just open up the gate. Here I am. Yeah. No, introduce me. Y'all got me on these posters out here and stuff. Warm the people up. You know, make sure they got their cocktails and they feeling good. Don't just get me out here and open up the curtain. Hey.
I think it kind of diminishes your guest though. You should want your guest to feel like, you know, there's some type of excitement.
You want them to feel special.
Yeah.
You want them to feel special. You get a booking fee. If you get your little booking fee, go on about your business.
Okay. It also depends on like the style. Gay clubs is different than cabarets, and mainstream shows like Lips. The opening act is the big act. The closing act is the big act. You open with a bang and you close with a bang, and then you have a bang in the middle. Your middle number. That's how Lips is designed. Or a lot of shows, even in concerts. If you ever watch R&B Queens, they would with SWV and Escape, they was arguing about who was going to open and close. So it's kind of different in different scenarios. But gay clubs, they tend to put who was going to be best or who they think going to turn it towards in.
We all have
Dominique.
We have what you call that girl?
Dominique.
It was Trent. He know what he did.
Have we talked about Continental Elite?
Yes.
Oh.
We did.
What about it?
She'll wrap around.
I just want to go Dominique. That's all.
Oh, we did. We actually did call that
Lindsay and Silky, you know.
Oh yeah, we did. Lindsay was in here too. Some people compete in pageants because they truly love the system. Some people compete just to add it to the resume as an entertainer. Some compete just because they like collecting things. Which one of these is the more effective title holder, or does it make a difference?
Don't make a difference.
I think it makes a difference to the people and how they are, because sometimes you could be doing stuff behind the scenes and the people don't know, but you're not being visible enough for them. And so, they say, oh, she's not a good queen or he's not a good king, but you don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. Perfect example. When I was Miss USA Classic and Jenna was my queen, and a lot of people used to read her and all that kind of stuff because they didn't think that like she was a good queen. But Jenna was a great administrator behind the scenes.
Yes,
after she gave up the title, she became the pageant director. And that's where me and her came together as a pair, because I did things on my end that I knew to do to get what I, do what I do. And she did what she did on her end as administrator. So we worked very well together and made our reign really good. So it's, I think it's people do things for reasons, and they say queens and kings are good for the outside look, but you don't never know what a person is doing behind the scenes.
Yeah. You know what, too? Sometimes I think people fuck up the rotation of the system, right? Because I don't think everybody who compete. Oh my God! I don't think everybody who compete for these systems really wants to be a part of them. I'll take for instance like April Rain, who had won US of A at large, her first. I don't know if that was her first try, but she don't come back. She don't do nothing. She really didn't want to perform and all that. That space could have been reserved for somebody who was ready to get in there and work. Pageants are work. When you win these titles, you got to know how to work. You got to know how to make some kind of lasting impression to make people know who the fuck you are. So sometimes you be like, somebody saying, "But who the queen? Who the king?" Sometimes you just don't know because their presence is not felt. It doesn't take much to make your presence felt.
True. Dominique?
I didn't really hear the whole question.
The question was, some people compete in pageants because they truly love the system. Some compete just to add to their resume as an entertainer. Some compete just because they like collecting things. Which one of those is more effective title holder, or does it make a difference?
Yeah, I think it depends on the person and how they approach it, because I think there are some people who come in wanting to work and they just competing just to compete. And then you have some people who really wanted to be a part of the system and they don't do nothing once they get it. They just want it to be it. And they're just there. So I think it all depends on the individual that you're dealing with. And that's why, like for me personally, you know, I don't compete very often because I compete for systems that I get a feeling about or that I really want to be a part of. I'm not competing just for the sake of competing. There's something I want to do with the pageant or the people that work the pageant. So that's when I compete. So I approach my reign differently than you know, a lot of people. So, you know.
Nikki, what you think?
I think there are a lot of people who just like to collect crowns that don't want to do the work, or there's a lot of that. And then there are people who do want to reign, who want to be known, who want to be seen, who want to do all the travel and like the walks and the performances. And then you have those who are just good at being the administrator, and they'll do the bare minimum as the performances are being seen. But I think the one who is hungry for it is the most effective.
That's why I only do pageants that I want to be.
At the
end of the day, I'm finna spend my money to get ready for the pageant. And so why do a pageant and not want to be, you know, the queen or the king and, you know, put yourself out there to, you know, promote yourself, period. You know, you know, it's your brand.
Well, some people are doing it.
You took the time out to do the pageant, so don't put everything on them. Just like I say with promoters, don't put everything on your king and queen to promote your pageant either, because that's your money. This is your baby. You know, you need to do the work too.
Chevelle, that's one question I hate. I hate that question so bad in pageantry, and I wish they stopped asking that shit. What can you do to help promote this system? You know, what could you do for the system in the next 300? How the fuck I know? I'm getting ready for a pageant with the categories on the paper. I had no desire to own a pageant. I want to be the king or the queen. Stop asking me what the fuck I can do for your franchise, because I am not a shareholder in your shit. I just sold for you to see me.
I don't like that.
I absolutely agree with you, Trent. And when I got to the microphone and I was asked that, they asked me, what can I do for the system, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I said, I don't know. I can't tell you. My answer was, I can't tell you what I can do for the system because I haven't won your pageant yet. But what I can tell you is what I'm capable of doing. And that's being innovative. That is communicating, that is traveling, that is performing. These are the core components of an entertainer that I can offer the system. But what I can do, particularly for your system, I don't know. I don't even know what the hell you want me to do.
Yeah, I don't even know what your system needs.
But I do think that this comes down to whether, when you're talking about what makes a effective title holder and whether or not they are, which one is going to be the most effective, it comes down to two things. Number one, why are they competing? Are they competing just because they want to collect things, or are they competing because they want to be a great representative for the system? And then number two, you want to look at whether or not this person is the type of person, excuse me, who has prepared to win the pageant or who has prepared to reign as the king or queen. Those are two different things. You can prepare an amazing package and whoop their ass in the pageant, but you also now have a reign to get through. Do you have the administrative capabilities that's required of you for this system? Or have you applied for a system that doesn't even require any capabilities? They just want you to entertain, or they just want you to put out pictures. So not only are you looking at whether or not this system is a good fit for you, you need to look at, are you qualified to do what they're asking you to do? It's important for you to reach out to people who own pageants and figure out what they're looking for in the title holder. Not just decide that, oh, I want to be that because Chevelle looked so pretty when she ran and Nikki looked nice when she walked over there. That's not enough for me. Nikki can.
You got to realize that person is doing it for themselves, not because they're making them do it.
Absolutely, right. Yeah, because that's your brand. Like I can reign. Me and Trent could reign for same system, and he could look a totally different way than I did when I reigned for it, because this is my brand. This is how I reign. That's how he reigns.
I.e. Shay Larice. the years that she won classic, she had all her friends and stuff do get prelims and stuff. When next year, they ain't have not one of them.
No. No.
She worked all year long, baby, everywhere. All her friends was having prelims, baby. And guess what? When it was time for the queen next year, she had to work all over to build it up.
Yep,
again.
those are favors. Those are favor prelims. And that's why I tell people you shouldn't get excited when a particular girl wins. And now if people are coming out of the woodworks purchasing preliminaries because of that, it is more effective for a owner to sell a preliminary than it is for a contestant to sell a preliminary. Because if I'm in love with Dominique Sanchez, I'm going to buy a preliminary to USA when she's USA. I'll drop that and buy a preliminary to Continental when she's Continental. And I'll drop that. And when she win Black America, I get a prelim to that because I'm a fan of the title holder and not the system.
And not the system.
Preliminary owner should be invested in the system and not the title holder.
And seeing that's what a lot of people don't realize.
I agree with that.
A lot of people don't realize that. Do y'all feel that dancers should be paid in full before talent or afterwards? Well, for me, I give my dancers half of their pay before, and then I give them the rest after the page.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
And why is that?
Why is
Insurance?
that? Because it's insurance that they're gonna be there and do the job.
I'm not sending you $500 to make a suit
Yeah,
for
this is
me.
like I even give when I give clothes, I give a down payment to the designer of the thing. I give them the rest.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. And that's how I've always done things. And because some pay for rehearsals, some pay, their what they call it,
per diem
and stuff while they're there, and all of this. While but what you can say? You want to say something, Andre?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was clearing my throat because I don't know I'm getting phlegm. But I just think that I don't understand why people have a problem with that though. When a contestant says I'm not going to give you the money until after, because every other thing that we pay for in life, we make a down payment and then we pay for the rest of it afterwards. When you buy a house, when you buy a car, you continue to pay as you have it. The same thing when you go to a restaurant, you sit down to get your whole damn meal, and you don't pay until afterwards. So the service is provided first. When you get your haircut, you don't come in there and pay them up front and then sit down and get a haircut. And
you go
to
work and get paid.
I need to make sure you gonna even dance. What if
when you're taking them out of town, they take off for you to go out of town at a pageant with you. I think they should have their pay as soon as they get in a room. Here's why. No matter what, they took off for you to come down there, right? You may have something to go on the night that prevents you from even doing the pageant. They still should be paid. See, I work in the kind of business I work for. I'm a freelancer. So my job depends on me doing what I need to do. When I get there, there's always a check waiting on me before the job is done, because I took out of my time to come to where you were.
But you're there.
But listen, if something happened, I went to the White House with somebody and they couldn't even do it because they tested positive for COVID. I had already been paid prior to coming, because that's how we work. I'm freelancing. I'm not working for a corporate. I'm not doing that. I'm freelancing. That's my time. My time is very valuable, because we run into people not paying you at these pageants, because we don't know, just because the pageant over, some girls still don't have the money. Some people be dependent on the prize package to pay these dancers and these makeup artists and these dresses and stuff. So to me, it works a little different, which is one of the reasons I got out of makeup of drag. There are so many girls that did not pay me. I just won't say their name. You know what I'm saying? I wait until after the pageant. You get what I'm saying? I
can understand. I can totally understand it, but I also I'm going to look on it from the other side.
Contracts don't mean nothing, Nikki, because
I've seen
you can have a contract. What I'm gonna do if you don't pay me with this contract? Yeah. I spend more money suing you in small claims than you owe me.
Yeah. A contract is just a piece of paper, y'all. It's not really going to execute anything. But I understand your point, Trent. But I've also seen people pay for people to travel to a city, purchase a flight, get them to a hotel, give them their half of their money, pay for them to have food, and then they go out to the club, get drunk, get sick, or go missing, and they don't even dance the night of. So they don't have recourse either. So the pageant better. So I just think that it's just going to depend on whether. Listen, if you're dancing for me, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to pay for the A, B, C, D, and E. This is when you're going to get this, and this when you'll get that. If you agree to my terms, and you can dance with me. If not, I can find somebody else. And you can go freelance somewhere else that's more free with their money.
Well, it happened to me before. One time I got to, and it's so funny. one time I got to Miss USA at Large the year Victoria LePage won. And one of my dancers got there and I paid them. And one of my dancers got to the place, but then he decided he didn't want to dance for some other reasons. He wasn't dancing with me because he got mad at somebody else that was on the trip with us. And so he didn't dance. He said, I'm not dancing. And he was one of the dancers that was in the front. So that's how my best friend Ashley, Miss Red, that's how she became my dancer for Oye, because she said, girl, I knew it. And I was like, girl, are you serious? She said, yeah. Bitch, I've been to every rehearsal. I was like, girl, you lying. She said, come on, girl, let's do it. And she knew it. And that's how she became one of my dancers.
Wow.
Because he dropped
to a national 6 o'clock.
Yep.
It happened to me at Continental the last time I ran. My dancer got there. It was time for me to go on for talent. He had left his costume.
Oh, see, I'm packing all that stuff anyway, so I never had that problem.
Yeah, we need
I got the shit with you. When I'm in a pageant, I'm packing every single thing.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's got to be with me.
And I should have.
Bring nothing.
I'm
gotta be
rehearsal. I gave them their costumes here.
Okay, look,
I'm not doing that.
The clothes should be with the person that bought them.
I'm packing everything. I got your socks. I got everything. Everything you need. Here you go. And it's all in the bag right here waiting on you. Here you go. Come get it when we get to the venue. Yeah, I'm not doing
like sometimes dancers have
it myself. I didn't have nobody else pack it for me. I packed it myself.
Yeah. I'm glad God gave me makeup and not the dancing a bit, because sometimes I be feeling like they be, I guess because I've been around so much, some of them dancers be going down there being like 10 to a hotel. They be eating 99-cent value meals.
I never do that. I never make nobody feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's not happening.
A lot of dancers have.
I'm not doing that either.
To do that to me, and so I think that's very, very.
Yeah, you got to have dancers sometimes.
I think that's very disrespectful, honey. But we're gonna take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. It's the title holder, right? Okay, we'll be right back, and yeah.
I can't hear Chevelle.
Me either.
Yeah, I go. Sir, I ain't know. I'm late on this thing anyway. Yeah, like that part. Thank y'all for tuning in to our point of view on this great old Tuesday night. Yeah, this good old Tuesday. Okay, Taco Tuesday night. Taco Tequila Tuesday. Yep. And hopefully when we come back next week, my Facebook will be in the right frame of mind by then. Shout out to my nephew, niece, love you, Jill. Thank you, Neandre, for stopping in with us and talking with us. Also, thank you, Nikki, for always stopping in and talking with us. We appreciate you. Because you was our first guest the first season and the last guest for the last season, huh?
Yes.
How about that? We love that. Thank you for stopping in
love
to play with us. We will be back next Wednesday with our point of view. Hopefully, Neil will be back with us. We get the whole show. I'm so proud of that. That's it, man.
I enjoyed both of y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all were both so fabulous to talk with.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I enjoy being on here.
I did.
You know, I'm not gonna turn down any opportunity to argue with Trent, baby. We've been fighting for years, honey.
Let this be our prayer, honey.
Don't let us be a
Shout out to Queen Venus in the comments. I don't know.
Shout out to Venus.
That's my my queen sister. Shout out to Venus. You look beautiful.
Shout out to Alexis Gabriel Sheraton. Listen, we still love you. You still the queen, girl. Don't beat yourself up for not winning that shit. You already a part of that system. You good, girl.
Okay. You showed good. You let the stress you out and put you in the hospital.
Don't let them stress you out, girl. I need
I'm
fluid.
gonna drink you some water.
Baby.
That carriage in your front yard. Drive that motherfucker down the streets of Jacksonville.
Yeah.
We love y'all for free over here. Thank y'all so much.
Hey. Before we go, can I just take this opportunity to just say thank you to Chevelle for creating this platform. There's a lot of things that y'all talk about on this show that I think a lot of people need to hear.
Yeah.
In the comments, they engage in these conversations are not had on a larger level. So thank you for creating the platform. And then thank you also for the co-hosts for y'all dedicating y'all time and energy to this. This is not easy. I've been on a panel before where we used to do this weekly. And it's a lot that goes into this, the behind the scenes, y'all. So people are not just jumping on here. As a guest here for the first time, I received a script, a rundown of how everything is going to go. So, bitch, this is just like being on The View, except it's our point of view.
Our point of view.
Shout out to Queen Chevelle.
Thank you so much.
Shout out to the queen.
Taking the time out to do it with me every week, and the listeners and the people that watches the show every week. And I really enjoy when I run into people and they tell me they watch our point of view. It really like warms my heart. I appreciate it. Okay, y'all. Bye.
Oh, we talking about pussy and dick.
All right.
Honey.
Okay.
I gotta go.
It's awesome. Oh, girl. That is.
I gotta go. Yes, God, honey, they had tuned in, baby. I gotta go. 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 If I tell you the kids had came in and tuned in tonight, baby. Yes, they did, honey. I hope y'all got y'all juice, cause guess what, baby? I got mine. I can tell y'all one thing. Y'all better tune in next week, baby, for the next episode of the Boom Boom Show. I gotta go. Honey, I gotta go. Yes, God, honey, they had tuned in, baby. Baby. Woo, honey. I gotta go. 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 I gotta go.